Hey everyone, and welcome to a bit of a progress update for my Nemesis recreation in Planet Coaster, aka Nemesis V17, I don't know. Basically, I wanted to do a quick video to kind of showcase where the project's at and how much needs to be done in order for it to be finished, and spoiler, a lot. There's a lot. It's not finished, but I did want to showcase where we're at, and kind of just show you some of the improvements, aside from the previous version that I made, all those years ago. So to start this entire section around the Helix, I have pretty much finished the path laying out. We've got some like drains and stuff. I've done the terraforming around the Helix is all complete. I've got nice custom vegetation down there, got some leaves falling, nice little particle effect, should be good. These fences are now totally custom inside sort of railing pieces, courtesy of Mango Tango, who is insane and very good at TMTK and kindly made those. I'll leave a link to his workshop in the description for some good stuff. But yeah, these have made these fences around the ride so much more realistic compared to what they were previously, and I'm much happier with how they look now, along with these same rock pieces, which are just more detailed. We've got a bunch of Nathans kicking about. Don't mind them, they're for scale. I'm quite happy with the pacing on this. I'm pretty sure I've nailed the speed of the layout. And obviously I am unfortunately going to hold off a POV until the end ride's finished, so I'm really sorry about that. But these rock wall pieces as well, made by Mango Tango, incredibly good for the recreation, and they've even got a little bit of texture to them as well. If you can kind of see, they're bumpy, which gives them a lot better of a look compared to what I had previously, which were the really oversized alpine rock pieces. So we're making progress definitely by choosing better pieces to use. So started laying out the queue line. This is obviously this section here that goes all the way down with a bunch of Nathans kicking about. We've got the fences, which is where the entrance is going to be. This section here with my cursor is. And then obviously I've finished the path down, which was previously the fast track entrance, down towards the entrance. I think it still is now, but I'm not too sure. One of the main areas that I've finished is this weird sort of Stony garden section underneath the first corkscrew. This was very annoying to do, so I had to go to towers and get a bunch of images to finally find out what it looked like. We've got a bunch of fences here. Supports are looking decent. Like the entire connector sets are a lot more detailed than they were previously, so they look a lot better. And the entire support structure has been completely reworked so that it looks a lot more accurate than what it was previously. This whole section here is made by using vine pieces. Like these are, not vine pieces, rose pieces, which have been recolored to kind of look like leaves. And I think they look a lot better than trying to use the scaviola, the in-game kind of vine pieces. Here, it's looking pretty decent, I think. You've got this nice view of the Helix there. I thought I got stuck on a fence there. This nice view of the Helix, which, to be really honest, I'm not sure how they get away with the fences so low, because that's very low. I've done the bridge as well, this entire fence section around by the secondary stall turn, which is also looking pretty decent. The entire lift hill as well is a totally custom piece sort of set designed to make it look as realistic as possible. So the entire thing is used LSM pieces to make the track invisible and make it look as detailed as possible. That leads me as well back over to round here. So we go through the bridge. I've got this section laid out with all the paths. Fences are looking good. That does make clearance under the bridge, though it is quite tight. The Helix terrain is sort of laid out. I do need to get the vegetation done in there, but for now it's looking pretty good. There goes the train, of course. This view, I love it. It looks really good. Oh, I've got my UI on. Yeah, this whole section here, these are all beam pieces. So the drive tires are beams. This is a TMTK piece. These are, wooden poles for the rails. And then the whole section looks super good compared to what it used to. But very annoyingly, I couldn't get rid of this, which is the track on turn. But we do unfortunately have to deal with that. And now sort of the elephant in the room that we might want to address is this. This is the station. What you might be able to notice immediately is that there's no Planet Coaster station, and the train is sat sort of in line with where it needs to be in real life. Now, the way that I've done that is that this section between the storage and the end here is an LSM holding section with a block section mode enabled, allowing the train to stop and start at this position. And you might be wondering, well, where's the station? Like, how does the train actually get onto the layout? Well, that's unfortunately what this train is going to demonstrate right here. So this is the only downside with this recreation, is that it gets a bit cursed. So yeah, the trains kind of have to go into the back rooms to load and unload and get themselves ready, but basically what it means is I can have a proper size station, nothing's too oversized, and it means that the recreation is going to be perfectly to scale to allow us to have a super realistic station. So basically the trains just then ascend from the heavens. Well, it wouldn't be the heavens, that'd be hell. They would ascend up there, stop on this section here, and then wait for the next train to reach this portion of the brake run, and then dispatch, so that the whole thing can just run like a normal block section can. So quite a good system in my opinion, because it means that we don't have to use the really stupidly oversized station, and I don't have to use the invisible doodads mod, which would unfortunately leave a huge section of station right at the front, which just wouldn't be realistic. So I think for now this is the best workaround we have in order for the realistic size station, because obviously as you can see there, it sits right at the back of the station, which is perfect where it should, and there's only a small gap in front of it, which allows obviously for people to walk through and get onto the front row and such. So it looks better, it rides better, and it just is a lot better. It means I can have this custom I-beam brake run track, which in my opinion looks really nice. Sorted the layout. I did redo the layout a little while ago because I thought the shaping was a little bit underwhelming, so I decided to redo it, and now I think it's much better than what it used to be. Looks pretty good there. Obviously the sound is a problem, but there's not much we can do about that, annoyingly. Performance, not very good, so you're going to have to deal with the frame rate, sorry. I've started doing the queue line up here by laying out some things, so these are all temporary placeholder bits, so this is just the wooden fence. This fence is obviously going to change colour, and I've started doing the footers for this section as well for the lift hill. This entire pre-drop section is totally custom using beams and a custom chain lift piece, and the entire top section here is as realistic as I could get it, with the little railing along the top of the spine, along with the chain return and the gears allowing the chain to sort of change direction. I don't know what this is. I'm assuming it's a tension cable, but again, it sits at the top of there and just allows the cable to run the whole way down. I've also again got these little catwalks, sort of platforms. I don't know what they're for, but they sit there and you get a cool view of the ride, sort of going round, and then, you know, it does its thing and the ride is looking alright. I've also started working on the valley wall and getting this laid out as good as possible. So this is going to be a lot of work to get this bit of terraforming finished, but once it's done, it should look really decent, because the floor plan that I've got is for the retracking planning permission, so it gives it the most up-to-date, realistic plan that I could get. So obviously I've got the storage section here, the queue lines are laid out, I've gone over them in paint to give some lines, and I've also got the monorail laid out there, which I do need to change because that is actually misaligned. And I've also got Galactica's lift hill and then drop there, which I do need to obviously build now that I know how to do it. So it's going to look a lot more realistic than it did on my previous recreation, and it's a lot more to scale. The ride feels bigger, the ride feels a lot more to what it does in real life, and I'm a lot happier with the shaping of certain elements, such as this first corkscrew here, which really sort of captures the shape and the width of the original Nemesis in its former glory. So that about sums up the entire project as a whole. Here's a bit of a top-down view. It doesn't look like I've done loads, but the reason for that is because, to be really honest, I've been trying to spend as much time as possible on all of these areas. Like, all of these are little individual rocks and plants that I've been trying to get in as much detail and accuracy to just make it look as good as possible for our recreation, in order for the ride to sort of be as good as it can be in Planet Coaster. I'm trying to basically set a new benchmark for what the hyper-realism can be in this game, just to show that you can get this excruciating level of detail executed in Planet Coaster. Like all of these little details here, the motor being totally custom, all of these platforms and stairs sort of being good, and then obviously the drive tires looking nice and detailed. But as a whole, I'm really happy with the project so far, and if you want, I can start doing time lapses for the project and doing some updates, or I don't know whether or not you guys rather have every so often one of these update videos to show you where I've been, what's happened, and basically what's changed, and give you a bit of a time scale for how the project's going to be finished. I do aim to have this finished by the end of the year. Obviously, my workload hasn't been too consistent on it recently because I have been quite busy, but I do plan on getting it done by the end of the year, where I can do a nice video showcasing it to you guys, because I'm very happy with this project and I'm really looking forward to finishing it and getting it wrapped up. Obviously, I will post this whenever it's finished on the workshop, but you will need the V3 mod. That is an absolute must and a definite you do need this, otherwise it will not run. So just keep that in mind before you try and download it. If it doesn't work, that's why. So yeah, that's about the Nemesis project in its current state. Thank you guys very much for the support recently on the channel as a whole. We just hit 3,000 subscribers. That's absolutely insane. You guys are incredible, and I really thank you for all the support that you're giving me, and I do hope that you'll stick around for more videos in the future. And again, yep, if you want to see updates for Nemesis, or you'd rather see a time-lapse, or you'd rather not see any of it and just wait until it's finished, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely get on that. So, thank you very much for watching this, well, first of our Nemesis update. Stay tuned for more videos like this in the future, and I will see you all next time.